I think getting to the underbelly of things and really discussing everything with kids is one entryway to get them to understand the larger picture that they're a part of. And as far as getting them to try new foods, you have to fill your fridge with the stuff that you want them to eat, and you have to stop buying the other stuff. And eventually they're going to eat it. I think a lot of parents are really ambivalent. They don't want to come up against that moment where the kid is crying or having a tantrum or I want my this or that. Sometimes you have to go through that. In France, there's no culture of tantrums over food. You eat what you are given or you don't eat. And if you're hungry for a night, then that's your problem. That's a different culture than we have in America. We are much more, we kind of beat around the bush and we're scared to engage and we're scared to say this is how it is. Now, I'm not saying like create conflict in your house, but there might be a little bit of tension that you have to work through to get to the other side. But if you are filling your fridge and you're involving kids, and when you take them to the grocery store, say, hey, go grab me 3 of those. You pick which ones you want. Whatever it is, you give them jobs and you start involving them in the responsibility. It becomes a culture of the household that they participate in over time.
Yeah, I love that. My kids use it as manipulation. They say they're hungry right before bed. And they're like, oh, I'm so hungry. You don't want me to go to bed starving, Daddy, do you? I'm like, actually, you're going to be fine. I promise.
Yeah, you will be fine.
You're just fine. Yeah. So let's talk about those picky eaters just for a quick second. So if you have a picky eater, how do you handle that? I mean, we're introducing all these great things to our kids and stuff. And maybe it's just as simple as saying like, yo, if you're not going to eat this, like this is dinner. Too bad, so sad. See you later.
It's one of the biggest things you can do if you look at any, tips for feeding picky kids. Eventually you have to get to that point, which is like, this is what there is. You don't have to eat it, but there isn't anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
And I get a lot of email from families with picky kids who got my cookbook and they brought it home. And the first reaction of the kid looking through it is, ew, gross. I don't want this. And then they keep the book around. They keep it around in the kitchen. It's on the coffee table. And within a couple of weeks, the kid is earmarking the recipes that they want to make. It just takes time, and you have to go through the little bit of difficulty and the bumps in the road and be patient. It usually takes about 10 times of tasting something to start, for a person and a kid especially, to start adjusting to a new flavor and liking something that maybe they spit out at first. But it does happen. Taste is a learned phenomenon.